Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So they come out here in the eye. They start the drive with Anderson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring 51st Super Bowl from Houston. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Broncos' offense has been on the field more, but it hasn't led to a big lead. The Panthers are competing hard, and it's still very much in doubt which side will walk away with the Lombardi Trophy. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10, the pass out of the gun will be completed, and it'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to their own 43-yard line. Broncos would later throw a pick on the drive. Broncos have it at the 35. The pass ends up being picked off. Davis, the one taking it back for the score. That puts them up by a touchdown. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. The second half of Super Bowl 51 still to come as we rejoin Brandon and Charles in Houston.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They start the third quarter on the ground with Stewart. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. This is Stewart again. Oh, he shifts past him. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And the inaugural carry here for Fonzie Whitaker. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out. And ready. This is fielded at the 27. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. The Panthers defense gearing up as they take the field. From the 50, it's Simeon. Finding time. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. C.J. Anderson, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Second and 10, Simeon again. Green's got it over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back now here on EA Sports. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now the Broncos heading back out onto the field. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out. You feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast, and I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. This is Whitaker. Oh, nice move. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. Again, they'll go on the ground with Whitaker. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances. But maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. Back to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
Turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. No, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. Pray to the Lord, Daddy, let me in. I'm breaking in.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Titans going up against the Patriots. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left is my good friend Charles Davis, and what a thrill to be here for the biggest one of them all, the Super Bowl. And it seems to get bigger every year. The lights get brighter, the cameras more numerous. I don't know, there's just so much that goes into this game. It's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is an honor, and I can't wait to share this game with you. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. You're my partner, my best friend. I can't imagine being anywhere else but right here with you. And just think about it this way. You mentioned the magnitude. This is no longer just a game for America or even North America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll. We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. To return, this is Mark Mariani. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Offensively, the Titans take the field. Marcus Mariota. He and the Titans 9-7 this year, Charles, just outside of that playoff picture. 3,426 yards on the season before breaking his leg in Week 16 for Mariota.
Head coach Mike Mularkey has believed in him right from the word go and worked really hard with management to surround him with the right type of players and structure and offense for him to be successful. And they did that. DeMarco Murray running it with Derrick Henry as a backup. Delaney Walker running downfield to catch passes as a tight end, and letting Marcus Mariota use his gifts, his arm, his brain, and his legs to continue to get better.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Murray. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
It may sound trite to a lot of people, but when you have a team that actually does believe in you, it really helps your overall play. DeMarco Murray found exactly that in Tennessee with the Titans.
Because he didn't really have, you're alluding to him not having that in Philadelphia?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, look, he started as the guy there. By the end of the season, he was no longer that guy. The offense didn't seem to fit for him, but it fit perfectly in Tennessee as he led a big-time attack, 3rd in the league in rushing.
Yeah, finishing just shy of 1,300 yards, 12 total touchdowns as well.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So the Titans are forced to punt as Brett Kern is on to do the honors. Back deep, Danny Amendola for New England. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. They slot Gronkowski outright. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And incomplete to open things up. LeGarrette Blount was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, 3 that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them. Arizona, we thought they were a lock to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all 3 could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams. Ooh. They get the young quarterback going, and that defense continues to live up to expectations. They can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O.
Not too many things get to a of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
A nickel set shown by the Titans on 3rd down.
Thinking pass, and not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So the Patriots will turn it over to their left-footed punter. That's Ryan Allen to kick it away. Back deep, Mark Mariani. So as the set designers rush out here to get us ready for the spectacle to come at intermission, these 2 teams will head to the locker room in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, guys, and welcome everyone to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the scoreless first half of play. Defense has been the name of the game. It's not often you see a matchup where both sides can't find a way to get on the scoreboard. We'll have to see if the offense picks up in the second half.
Thank you, Mr. Ridley. A scoreless first half, and now we're set for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now, Dion Lewis to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now the Titans defense gets set to go again. They did a great job in the first half, but both defenses did a great job, Charles. 0-0. Interesting second half probably coming up.
It really is, and you look at your own offense and say, okay, guys, we've held them to 0. Can you give us anything? But maybe as the game goes along, Can the defense do it themselves and score some points and win the game?
They'll be hoping to do that right here. Now a carry for Blount. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well,
and the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
The previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
and that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now Mariani. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. One quarter remains in Super Bowl 51. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football, but the guys in the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
That was second down run for Murray. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now third down. On third down, Henry. And not a whole lot. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Brett Kern now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it.
Now hold everything anything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They come up in an offset eye. Again, here's Blunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Now Brady. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Pats do snap it. It's Brady. And that is incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And an overtime playoff game, but the rules, they stay the same as they did in the regular season.
That's exactly right. Whoever scores first, unless it's a touchdown, the other team has a chance to match. That's how it really gets played out. But remember this, no matter how far we go in overtime, in the regular season, there was only 1 period. Here, we're going to go until we have a winner.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. Fielded about a yard deep. Fighting through. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. This is the first Super Bowl ever to go to overtime. Can you believe you and I are on hand for this?
This is so cool to be here for the first time in this situation.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They'll run again with Blunt. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Brady gives now to Blunt. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Here's Ryan Allen now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. 1 overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Murray, the lone setback. He'll get the football here. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. second down following the run. They go with Murray again. Oh, spinning away. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run here. It's Murray. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he is into the end zone. It's a touchdown. And in perhaps the greatest Super Bowl ever, they have won the game in overtime. Wow. And they're singing in the Music City. The Tennessee Titans are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
Sugar just step into